Hey, we're all going to lose club head speed as we age. There's no denying it. It's just a matter of fact. So in this video, I'm going to show you 6 simple tips that are going to help you cheat time, get a little bit of that club head speed back. Stay tuned. Hey, this is Steve with HitItLonger.com. Let's get right into tips that will help you increase your club head speed. Now, the first couple are obvious, but they're absolutely the most common issues of all the students I have who are getting older and not getting enough club head speed. Number 1, you can take a longer backswing. Now, I love this tool, the orange whip. It's a great tool because of the weight on the end for elongating your backswing. All I do with this one is I swing it back until I can see it out of my left eye. Swing it back until I can see it. Just like that. You practice doing that with the orange whip. Trade it out for your club. Same thing. You can do this at home in front of a face-on mirror. Swing until you can see it. Now, some of you may not be able to get anywhere close to this at first, but if you can swing in front of a mirror, you can check your progress. Keep trying to make steady progress every day in front of that mirror, and slowly this extra length is going to work its way into your course swing. Hey, tip number 2 is pretty obvious and simple too, but it has to be said because so many people out there are not doing it optimally, and that is, let's make sure that we're making a complete 90-degree cock of the wrist. You could even practice in the mirror again, going 100 degrees, 110, 120-degree wrist cock like this, something like that. Really practice cocking your wrists because you're going to split the difference when you move back to the ball again. For number 3, we're back to one of my favorite tools, the orange whip again. A lot of golfers, as they get older, for some reason, I'm not sure why, cut their follow-through off very short. They swing to the ball and they abruptly stop, and this does not give the club head a chance to attain a really high speed as it reaches the ball. It simply can't accelerate when it's already starting to slow down well before impact. So, love to see you make a long follow-through. Call it the perpendicular follow-through. So all the way back. Now, see how I've turned this club slightly past perpendicular to my intended line of flight. So pointing up the camera from your perspective would be perpendicular. And you watch as I'm going to break through the perpendicular. Just like that. Turn your body all the way through. Let the club come to rest on the collar, pointing down slightly, just like that. Touch the collar, complete the turn of the body, make a really long follow through, and you'll automatically start getting better results at the ball. Maybe the best way you can instantly get more club head speed, for those people who are really struggling, you're at 70 miles an hour, 65 miles an hour. I've got some students who came to me 65 miles an hour. And now they're up over 80, 85, even 90 miles an hour, and they just learned how to whip the club. They're not whipping the club. It didn't even dawn on them that they should ever do anything like this. So it is an articulation of that big wrist cock you made in the backswing, and very quickly rehinging it to a 90-degree or more angle at the right forearm. So 90 degrees or more to the left forearm, quickly whip the club freely. If you whip the club correctly, you'll hear a swoosh sound. You want that swoosh sound to get louder. Just like that. You want to learn how to really whip that club freely, at a high speed, recklessly, out of control. Those are some good terms that have all connected with some of my students. Now, tip number 5 is also fairly simple, but again, it's something that golfers just don't simply do when they're struggling for distance, and that is to make a good complete weight shift. Now, I know you've probably watched some other videos out there. It's really amazing. They want you to shift to your left foot as you take your backswing. I don't recommend that. It's not going to help you get any club head speed. What I'd like to see you do is you'll start on a 2-foot balance, about 50-50, and I want you to load up a lot of your body weight onto the inside of your right foot and bring your right knee almost into full extension. Don't lock it, but certainly from the setup position, I want you to straighten it. Watch as I pick this heel up and turn it in. What I've done here is I've shifted body mass behind the ball, and I've gotten myself into a taller position by straightening this knee, really raising up this right side. So I'm going to get tall and behind it. Now I'm going to crash down. As I'm going to switch knees, you'll see that in the middle, I'll be in this squat position as the knees are on their way to exchanging position. This is where I'm going to put a lot of force down into the ground and make the ground going to make myself very heavy into the earth. So I'm going tall and behind it, stepping down on the left foot, crashing down with my butt low and behind me, and then I'm going to stand up again into the left leg with all my body weight, moving ahead of the center line so that I can pick this foot up and tap the toe. It's amazing how many golfers simply cannot get all the way to the left foot. Look how my right knee actually pokes in front of my left knee, and I can do a toe tap. A lot of you out there, you end up on your instep, but instead, if you can get up and do a toe tap facing the target, you're going to get a heck of a lot more club head speed generated into the ball. Now, if you've been following my channel for any time at all, you know that I'm a big advocate of making a very efficient and optimal hand path or handle path. Think of a water ski boat here, represented by the handle. The skier is the head, and the shaft is the tow rope. And so if I drive the boat straight down the river, the club head or the water skier is simply going to tow straight behind the boat at whatever speed the boat is going. However, if I can introduce a good curve, in other words, the boat would turn hard left, spin the wheel, I can get the water skier to jump the wake and to go double the speed of the boat and actually catch up and pass the boat. Same way you're going to get a lot of club head speed. Now, the simplest way to contain that, a good hand path, is to make sure that the handle of the club comes back down about 1 spread hand width from your right thigh, moves to 1 spread hand width to your left thigh, and around to the left from there. That way, you get rid of the straight line action of the handle drifting out to right field, which is going to cause the head to fall in line with that pole, and you're never going to get the water skier kick out, jump the wake, and go catch up with the boat. So make sure the handle is coming in and curving around you. The tighter the curve, the better. All right, now one last bonus tip. You can pick up quite a bit of extra club head speed simply by practicing being fast, whether it's out in your backyard or in a park near you, or just about halfway through a bucket before you get worn out. You want to take about 5 or 10 swings where you just wind up big and you go all out. You go as hard as you can at it 5 or 10 times. Then sacrifice about 5 or 10 golf balls and do the same thing. Don't care where they go. Doesn't matter how you make contact. Just practice being fast. Now, if you want to put a little bit more time and effort into it and be a little fancier, you can use some of the available tools out there. This is the ripstick, which I highly recommend, but there's some other fantastic systems out there that'll work just as well. All you do with this is you make your good, fast, hardest swings, push yourself to the brink and further, and then it's very easy that you can vary the weight. In this one, I can just unscrew it and pull out a 30-gram bullet, and then I can just put it in my pocket and I can just repeat swinging all out. The variability in the weight is really what stimulates the central nervous system and causes you to coordinate a faster motion. Also, swinging with a weight that's a little bit lighter than your own driver is going to stimulate overspeed. It's going to help your brain train for coordination of your body moving faster than you're used to it moving. All right, let's see if I can put all of these tips into practice on one swing and get a nice high rate of clubhead speed. And there's a good long straight drive with a very high amount of clubhead speed. Hey, I hope you can find at least one of these tips helpful to build your own clubhead speed and start getting more distance, both off the tee and for all your clubs throughout the bag without having to try as hard. These three great tools that I have featured during this video, the orange whip, the speed whoosh, and the ripstick, these are all available over at my website. I'm going to leave a link directly down below in the description for you to go check these out and get started at building your clubhead speed up. Hey, thanks so much for watching. I hope I earned a like and subscribe. I'm Steve, and as usual, I'll either see you in the next video or I'll see you longer and straighter down the fairway. Everybody take good care.